Recording in progress.
So hi guys, hi guys. Good evening, all of you. Guys, I'm audible. Okay, right, guys. So in the last session, we discussed about the is null operator and by using of is null operators, what kind of problems are there and how to overcome when you comparing level and when you do some operations. Okay, so some operation level comparison levels. So what kind of the problems we faced, guys, here? Okay, so those informations, okay, we can avoid. That means how to overcome by using of your is null. Okay, now right. So now in the last operator here in this, what is our last operator? Means like operator. So basically, guys, here the like operator we are going to be using, guys, here. Okay, now? So this is what is the like operator means. This operator we are going to be using, guys, here whenever you want to compare in here the specific character patterns wise. Do you want to compare? Okay, now specific character pattern wise. Do you want to compare your characters? Okay, so there we can use a like operator. Okay, so that means simple. I can say comparing a specific character patterns. Okay, character patterns wise. Okay, we can go to comparing your data. Okay, now, so in that cases, we want to use a like operator. For example, let me see like operator, how it will be means here. For example, guys, here I have some names. Okay, suppose Sai, Suman, Scott, okay, Suresh, and Smith. So these are some names are there, guys, here. So these names, if you want to see it, okay, if you want to see this all people names, so starts with the S character here. Starts with the S character. For example, if I want to ask you, write a query to display, suppose employer, whatever it is, display employee, whose name starts with the whose name, okay, starts with the S character. If I want to ask you, so whose name starts with S character, those people I want to hear. Then generally, how we want to write our query guys here. So we are writing like query. Select a star from suppose your EMP table. So where e name. Okay. Here, which name starts with S character? So those people information I wanted here. But I don't know guys here how many people are there in my table, how many people names are start with S character. So that kind of information I don't know. Okay, I in my table there are 1 lakh people are there. So out of 1 lakh people, how many people names are starts with S characters we don't know. But still we can fetching that people information. So whose name starts with S character by using of in easiest manner. Okay, without knowing the information about your table. So by using of like operator, we can go to fetch the data. Okay, so that is a like operator advantages here, guys. The like operator advantages here. So now, but how to get it here? So I'm using where e name, I'm using like operator, and I want to say yes, and I want to say yes. So this is okay. So simple query we are writing, and when I'm using your S character, this is my required character. On which basis are you retrieving your information? That character name we just mentioned here. Okay, but here the problem is what now, guys? Here, when I'm going to use in this one, I can't get my result. Okay, I can't get my result. Okay, why, sir? I can't get my result. The reason is what now? It means that you carefully observe. So whatever the names are there here, Sai, Suman, Scott, Suresh, and Smith, of course, these all people names are starts with the S character. Okay, now, but here in the names, okay, in the name, we don't have only S characters along with S character. So we have some other characters also there. We have some other characters also there. So other characters, whatever it was there, for example, Sai. In Sai, other characters are we called as the AI. In Suman, other characters are called as a UMAN. Okay. So in Scott, other characters is called as a COTT. And in Suresh, the other characters is called as a URESH and Smith MITH. Okay. Now, so these are other characters. But when you see your condition, whatever the where condition I was given along with my like operator, here, I was mentioned only as, but whatever the remaining characters are there, the remaining characters we didn't mention here. We didn't represent it here. Understand? Na? So that's what it was happened. If I'm going to executing this query, so it was going to be say no result. It was showing no result because of reason. So here we mention S only, but in my names, not only S, along with S, some other characters also we have it here. Okay, na? Some other characters also we have it here. Okay, na? So that's what we call as E. But how to overcome this and how other characters can be represented means these other characters to representation purpose, we should use some wildcard operators, we should use it. So that means when we want to use, okay, when we use like operator, when we use like operator, okay, like operator, we should, we should, we should use a, okay, we should use what now? Wildcard operators should use it. Wildcard operators must and should be used it. We should use wildcard operators. Okay, those are the two types we have it here. First one is called as a percentile, and the second one is called as a underscore. So these are the two things we have to check out, guys. Here, the first one is called as a under percentile, and second one underscore. And these are the two operators which was called as a wildcard operators we called. Okay. Then the purpose of percentile and underscore, how these two symbols, how these two operators I can use it means. For example, come to percentile, it was going to be checking guys here. Okay, it represented. Okay, it is represented or represent. Okay, the remaining group of characters, the remaining group of characters, okay, characters after selected character. After selected character. So whatever the character you selected here, suppose I need to start with S character. So I selected yes. After selected S character, whatever the remaining group of characters are left in your expression, the remaining group of characters are left in your expression. Those remaining group of characters we need to representing with the percentile. Okay, for example, so here my example, write a query to display employee whose name starts with S character. So I was given like this, then it was showing no result because we represented only S. Then what about remaining group of characters? Okay, now. So these remaining group of characters, if we want to representing, then we are using compulsory, we should use a percentile here. Compulsory, we should use a percentile here. So when I'm using S percentile means then what it was saying that guys here whatever the S I was given, that S will be representing here, yes, and remaining percentile is representing the remaining group of characters here. Understand now? So now this is what. Okay. So your S is starting character. Yes, of course. These all people names are having the starting character S. Okay. And next to remaining characters are what now here. Okay. So the remaining characters percentile, and percentile is representing the remaining characters. Those are AI in the Sai expression. So Suman in your UMAN in Suman expression. Scott, COTT, Scott in Scott expression. URESH, okay, in your Suresh expression. MI, okay, TH in Smith expression. So the remaining characters, whatever it was left in the expression, those remaining characters we called as a percentile. Okay, so that is percentile, should use it. When come to underscore, underscore is going to be representing guys here. So counting a single character, okay, from an expression, okay no? So we are counting every single character from your expression. Okay, for example, in this only, suppose if I'm asking to guys here the next example, write a query to display employee whose name is, okay, three characters, suppose if I'm asking. So which employee name is having three characters? So those people I want it now. Okay. In that cases, you need to use your query will be like this here. Select a star from EMP where so E name life of. So first underscore is counting of single character. Second underscore counting of another single character, and third underscore is the counting of another single character. So like this, it will be, okay, counting that each underscore will count one character. So this is what we called as a underscores. And these are the two wildcard operators guys here. So we must and should be use it when we use like operator. So along with like operator, compulsory wildcard operator should be used. Compulsory wildcard operator should be used. Okay, no? So then only your like operator will be work here. Okay, then only your like operator will be working here. Okay, now right. So let me see some examples. I will show you on this how it was. Come to your database now. Okay, the first I will take it here. So our database might be 6 p.m. I selected, fine, and come back to your table. So just call it your table EMP and to executing this one. Okay, let me see guys. So this is my information. Okay, so from this table, okay, I will show you one example on each pattern of your characters. Okay, let me come out. And see in this case, guys, here. So in this case, there are different employees and different names we have it here. The total 14 employees we have in this table. And my requirement is first requirement is what now? I want to display employee whose name starts with S character. Okay. Now? So in this case, okay, if I want to write like this here, so like where and e name like operator, just I'm giving yes star s only. I'm giving you S. What it was happening, you can see. But in this query, if you want to identify guys here, okay, so we are not using any wildcard operator. I'm not using in this case. So instead of wildcard operator, just I'm passing here S variable, that's it. But when I'm sending S character without wildcard, and if I want to execute this one, what it was happening, you can see the data will not retrieval here. The data will not be fetching here. So why the data is not be fetching here means, I said already, okay, now the reason is what now? You are using only S, but in your name, not only S characters, some other characters also, we have it. Okay, now? So by that reason, you can't get your information. But the remaining characters, what it was there. So the remaining characters, if I represented with percentile, and now I'm going to executing this one and see what it was happen. Smith and Scott. These are the two people will come to you. So in my table, the which employee name started with your okay S character. So those people information we got it here. Those people information we got it now. Okay now. So this is how to retrieval your name starts with S. In the same to same guys here, suppose we are going to be asking. Okay, in the next example is what now? To display employee whose name ends with so I'm saying whose name ends with, for example, come to this table and check out here. So ends with, if I'm saying here, R character, if I'm saying here, ends with R character. So when this query, if I want to write here, the same thing, I just go to take out here. Okay. So the same query I'm going to take in here. Okay. But in place of here ends with, I said, ends with R character. Who was there? Ends with R character. Can you check out in this? So Turner. So he was there, R character, and Miller. The two people are there whose names ends with R character. So R character is a ending character, but this ending character R before we have some other characters also there. So that other characters will be represented by percentile. So percentile or and to come out and execute this one and see the Turner and Miller, these two people will come to you. Okay now. So this is ends with we called as this is ends with we called. Suppose in the same to same, if I'm going to asking one more example. Okay, so write a query to display employee. So whose name is having, okay now? So whose name is having, whose name is having. Okay, so I character whose name is having I character. Here I'm saying having. So having means what now? I don't know the position, whatever. Either it is a starting letter or ending letter or middle of the letter. I don't know. But just I want to check in that particular name. Do you have a okay? Do you have a your what we can say I character is there in your table or not? So that we need to check it out. Okay, now that we need to check it out. Okay, so in this case, how we can write it means here that we come. Suppose if I'm going to write in the query like this here, okay, suppose if I leave like this, okay, if I'm giving here I percentile, if I'm giving like this, it means what guys? What it mean I percentile means? Yes, it means what now? Starting character. It means starting character. For example, if I want to give it here like this, percentile I means what now? Yeah. So it means what now? Ending character. So that means I can't say if I want to use the percentile before of I, then it's called as the end. The percentile after of I, it called as a starting. So but here my requirement is not a ending, not a starting. My requirement is having. Okay. Now? So in that cases, you have to use a the multiple percentiles in both sides. So whenever I'm going to executing this query and executed guys here, what it was happened. So I, Martin, Smith, King, and Miller. So here I is there or not there, that only checking guys here, but it doesn't see where it is in starting or lastly now or in between now. So that is not checking here. Okay. Now? So that is what we called as a having. Okay. So the character is having or not. So, so this is the way you can write now. In the next one is, for example, if I want to go for one more example here. So in the next pattern, so just now I said, write a query to display employee whose name is having, so whose name is having, for example, 4 characters I said now. So whose name is having 4 characters. So whose name is having 4 characters, I don't know. So I don't know out of my 14 people whose employee name is having 4 characters, I don't know. Suppose if I know this, okay, but still there are different spellings will be there. Okay, now, for example, okay, now we can see in this table the 4 characters people, how many people are there? Can you check once? So how many people are there, guys? Here? Yes. So 4 people, like a word is there, is a one person, and king was there, fraud was there. So there are 3 people, but 3 people, the spellings was different. I don't know spelling and spellings also different here. So when it was like this here, so how to write your query means, let me come out and see. So there I can write like here. So I want to use here. So first underscore is counting of first character. Second underscore is counting of second character. Okay, now? And third underscore will counting of third character. So now I'm giving now. So whenever I was given the 3 underscores for 3 characters representation and to come out and execute it now, it doesn't give any result. So why, sir, it is not giving result? Okay, because I'm asking for, so one more underscore, the 4 characters. Now let me see to execute it here. But when I'm using the 4 characters also, okay, so I executed this one, but still it is not accepting to me. So why, sir, it is not accepting to me means, yeah, reason is what now? Spaces. Okay, so spaces are there. So, and underscore, each underscore between don't have a space here. So you should not give any spaces in between underscores. So those spaces you must and should be removed from your underscores, guys. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Just I'm adding this all without having any spaces and to executing now and see what it was happening. The 4 people will come to you. Okay, now. So this is what we call as guys. Okay, now. So in the same to same, the 4 characters people, we got it here. In the next example, if I'm going to ask them here in another example, guys, here, write a query to display employee whose name is contained, whose name is contained. Second character is O, whose name is contained. Second character is O. So your second character is O, I'm asking. But when I come to here to execute this one, so second character O people, Jones was there, and Scott is also there, O. But Scott is having the O in the third character here, and later Ford was also there. So instead, how to write here means we just go to write here. The query will be like this in this case. So instead of this, my first character, I don't know what exactly. So I want to use underscore, and second character should be give it a O, and give your percentile here. Okay now. So after that, your second character, wherever it is O was there, the O people will be come to you in the second position of characters. Okay now. So like you can go to check it out your values now. Okay now, fine. So this is what the different formats. Okay, so we said guys. Now, in the next one is, for example, if I'm going to ask in here, okay, so write a query. So write a query to display employee whose name, okay, whose name starts with, okay, whose name starts with A, comma, C, or A, comma, M, okay, comma, and W if I was given. Okay, the next example is what now? Write a query to display employee whose name starts with A, comma, M, comma, W. So generally, when I'm going to check it out here, multiple characters, I'm going to check in here. So whenever you want to check multiple characters, then how we can write general queries are here observe. Okay. So now I'm going to write in here. The first character starts with A, I said. So percentile, I just give it here. And later I'm using R operator. Again, E name. So like offer. So I'm giving here percentile. What is this? M character. So I was given percentile, M percentile. Okay. Now. So again, I'm using R operator here. So again, I just go to send it here, E name. Okay. And like, and we said W. So here, okay, the three by using of R operator, we are giving the multiple conditions we return. And already we discussed R operator, how it was working. Okay, now R operator, how it was working, we already discussed in the early classes. Okay, so this is what it was going to be happen, guys. But in this, the three conditions I was given, name like A, or name like M, or name like W. So when I'm going to executing this entire the query and execute now and see, so whose name starts with A, M, W, so those people came. So came out not, guys? You got it or not? Okay, yes, definitely. Okay, now. So now here we can go to come out here. Okay, like we are going to be passing here. So W is not there. Percentile. Sorry, we are missing percentile. Hmm. So W, and now I'm executing this entire query. Yes. So Ellen is came, Word is came, Martin, Miller, Adams. Okay. So all the people will come to you whose name starts with the A M W. Okay now. So, but guys, here when I want to check some list of characters like this, it was what it was happening, guys. Here we need to write a multiple conditions like this. Okay now. So instead of writing this multiple conditions here, can I write like this in the simplest formation? Okay, here I'm using. Okay, I'm using what now? Select the start from EMP. So where E name like operator. See here, I'm using one set brackets. I'm going to using guys here. So when I'm using set brackets, in the set brackets, you can use comma M comma W and close your set and your percentile and close it. Okay, now see here how much easiness to the users. Okay, how much easiness to the users instead of writing your multiple conditions like this. Okay, so we are using one set operators. We are using here set brackets, and with the in between set brackets, I'm using some which characters you wanted to start with your names. So those characters I have to give it and execute. Now what it was happening, you can see the same output is came. Yes or no? The same output is came. Okay, so in SQL Server, one of the advantages is what now in SQL Server, whenever you want to comparing multiple characters, whenever you want to comparing multiple characters along with the like operator, so there you can use as set brackets here. So in the set brackets, how many characters you presented here? So based on that, it will become to you. Okay, now, so this is the way you can write, instead of writing number of conditions, we are writing one single condition with this. Okay, now this is what, and this is set operator. So set of characters here, the symbol is what now? So here I'm using, okay, set brackets. This bracket is representing what now? Okay, set of characters. Set of characters whenever you want to comparing here by using the like operator. So there you can use this bracket, guys. Okay, now, right. In the same to same, not only the specific, suppose you need, okay, complete, okay, some range like, for example, I'm going to use him. So write a query to display employee whose name starts with, suppose I can say, starts with A to Z if I was given now. So here A to Z, if I want to know, so whose name starts with A to Z. So in this case, when you want to write a R operator, so now guys here observe, so how many conditions I want to write if I want to use A to Z means, how many conditions here? Yes, 25 or 26 or something we can write. So that many conditions we don't want to write them. So to avoid that problem, we are using set brackets. But in set brackets also, it's not like that's okay. You or somebody is expecting like a 26 characters we need to write them. Okay, somebody is expecting like this 26 characters we need to write them. Like they want to expect it like this. So A comma B comma C comma D comma sub. So C comma D comma E comma F. So like this they're expecting, but no need to write a 26 characters in this. Okay, now so instead of writing these many characters, so we just give it a dash Z. I want to give it here. Okay, that is called a to Z. It means that A to Z. It means that A to Z. So now just simply A dash Z. That's it. And to execute it here, almost every employee is come to us. Almost every employee is come to us. Okay, no? So A to Z whenever you want it here. Okay, so this way the set brackets will be helping us to comparing here the group of or list of values along with the like operator. Okay, now so these are the characters wise we can go to work on that. But in the same to same guys here, for example, we have some special characters also we can use it here. The special characters, okay, with the like operator. Yes. So like operator with the special characters. So in my documentation, so many examples I was given guys here for your practicing. Okay, you can practice it with all examples. So next one is what now we are using like operator. So like operator with the special characters also we can use. Okay, then how we can use on special characters? Let me check out, guys. Okay, first of all, come back to my database, and we will be created one sample table. I'm creating as here. The table name is, for example, EMP1. So ID, and now I will take it here name. So varchar of some size. Now I'm just creating one new table. I think this table is already existing. Okay. So name to EMP2. So this is also existing. So EMP1 and 2 and 3. Okay. So now I take EMP number 4. And to executing this small table I'm creating in my database. So command completed successful. Come back to your tables and refresh now. And go to your EMP4. And later I'm inserting some data into this. Let me see ID number 1021 and the name I'm inserting here underscore Adams. Okay, 1022 I'm taking here. The name is okay at the rate ER Miller. 1023 the name is I'm taking here. So Warner. Okay, 1024 I'm taking here for example. So Jones. Okay, and percentile I was given some 1025. So some name I'm giving here. Okay. So ln, okay, some hash I was given there. So 1026, okay, I'm taking word percentile, okay, so word underscore, okay, whatever it is. So 1027, okay, I'm giving here, so percentile of, okay, so percentile of your name is, for example, sign. 1028, if I'm giving now, the name is James at the rate ES. Okay, so 1029, some name is called as, for example, okay, Scott, okay, CO, okay, so Ash, okay, TT, and so like some names, guys, here just observe some names we are going to be inserted here the table and having some special characters, whatever it was, you can give it, no problem. Okay, now, right, and come back to your, okay, come back to your table, select EMP number 4, I'm executing now. So whenever I'm going to executing this select number 4, okay, so there are some, okay, names are there, but along with the names, some special characters also we have in that names. Okay, now. So whenever it was having like this, then how we want to work on this kind of data. For example, so write a query to display employee, okay, so whose name is having, okay, so at the rate symbol, whose name is having at the rate symbol, that person I want it, guys, here. Okay, so in that case, how we are going to be writing that query? So like select a star from EMP number 4 and the condition, select a star from, okay, EMP number 4 and the condition is what now, guys, here where e name, and I want to use like, so here I want to use percentile at the rate percentile. So when I'm going to executing this at the rate symbol, I just kept into the 2 percentiles between. Then what happened? I'm executing. So who are having the at the rate symbol, so those people information successfully we are fetching now. Okay, now. So this is okay when you want to go for at the rate people you want it. In the same to same, suppose the next question, if I'm going to ask you guys here, okay. So whose name is having here hash symbol if I'm giving now. So now here also just in place of at the rate, we are using what now? Hash symbol I'm using. So this hash symbol, if I want to go and to execute this, so what it was happening, you can see, I'm going to executing this one and execute it here. So as people will become to you. Okay, now? So whose name is having Ash. So in the same to same, the next example I'm going to ask here. Okay, what is my next example, guys? Here, suppose if I want to write here the next example, okay, whose name is having, okay, underscore if I want it. So which employee name is having underscore, those people data I wanted. So can you write, guys? Can anybody write? Come on, come on, guys. Anybody try this? Just write down your query. Anybody? Anybody try this? Yes. So here somebody, they're going to be writing like, so how they're writing this means the same thing they're using like, okay, and in place of this I'm using your underscore and percentile I'm giving now. So this is so many people they're expecting like this to write here. But once they want to write this percentile underscore percentile and to executing this one, what it was happen, you can see, guys, here. So all the informations will come to you. So all informations are coming to us. Okay, now all informations are coming to us. Okay, now. So now what it was happened, whatever I wanted only underscore people, but unfortunately here all people names, that means the wrong result will come to me. Okay. So whatever the result was producing by SQL server, so it was a wrong result will be produced. Okay. So here the reason is what, sir? Okay. Here reason is what, sir, means. So the reason is only simple reason, guys, here. Okay. So why it is not accepting underscore and why it was giving wrong result means, here in SQL server, what it was happened. Okay. So generally databases, okay, generally SQL server database, okay, will treat underscore comma percentiles, underscore comma percentiles, will treat underscore comma percentiles as a wildcard operators. Okay, treated as a wildcard operators. Okay, now these are treated as a wildcard operators. So this is actually the problem. Okay, so generally all databases, even though Oracle is also same. So the databases will be treated. So these things are what now? Wildcard operators. It will be treated as wildcard operators, but not special characters. But not a special characters. Understand now? So this is what it was going to be happen, guys. So to overcome this problem, okay, to overcome, okay, this problem, okay, and and treat as a special characters, treat as a special characters, treat as a special characters. Then what we want to use, guys, here, then we use a predefined key, that is called, we use a key statement, okay, we use a key statement is called as what now? Escape slash. So escape slash statement should be used here. So when we are using escape slash statement, okay, right. So now what happened? So generally databases will treat underscore and percentile as a wildcard operator by default, but not as special characters, right? So to overcome this problem and treat as a special characters, then we use a key statement is called as the escape slash statement. We need to use it here. So with the help of this, what it was happening, guys, your SQL server understand that, okay, this is not a wildcard operator and I want to treat this as a special character. I want to treat as a special character. Okay, now, so now let me see to I'm using, this is when I when I executed this one, what it was happening, guys, here, it was showing wrong data. So to overcome this, we add escape slash. But you see, we just adding escape slash means even though still it is not working, guys, even though still it is not working, the same output will be showing us. Okay, now. So that means whatever escape sequence key slash I'm using, this slash compulsory you need to predict with your underscore. So whenever you predict with your underscore, so then only it was converting as a special character and to executing and see. So wherever underscores are there, either starting or middle of the or ending, so that what we called as year. Okay, that all underscores information we got here. Okay, now, so this is the key which was using to whenever you want to do some like operations or based on the special characters and especially underscore and okay, underscore and percentile symbol. So at this moment you have to use this one. Okay, now, so escape slash compulsory we should use. In the same to same, when I'm going to ask him, okay, so whose name is having in the percentile, So here also same problem will become to you guys here. Suppose I'm going to write in here number 4, then I will say ename like, and I'm passing here. Okay, so now see the percentile if I'm giving now. So what it was happening, you can see. So what happened, guys? Here also it will take all are here. Okay, so that means all what we can say, guys, here wrong result will be showing. So again, to overcome this, also we need to use a escape. Okay, and use your slash, and that slash you have to predict with your percentile, and now you can executing so that people will come to you now. Okay, the person. Okay, so that means except these two symbols, remaining all symbols are, I can directly to write like this, ash at the rate, whatever it is, I can directly write like this, except these two symbols. One is the underscore, one is a percent. Okay, now. So this is what we called as a special character. When you use your like operator, you can. So same, these are all are there. Okay, and same as suppose if I want to say in the negative operation of like, in the negative operation of like, so one example I'm giving to you. So come to in the negative operation. So whose name starts with whose name not starts with S character if I'm giving. So not starts with S character means how to write here. The same thing, whatever the S character I was given, in place of this, I need to use here not like. So I'm taking this is not like and to execute this one. Okay, to not like means except S character. Remaining people will come to me except your S character. See all the things. Okay, there is no Smith and Scott because those S character people was not showing here. I'm using here not like is a native operation. Okay, now so these are called as, guys, here special operators. So how we can use in our database queries. Okay, and up to here your operators topic is completed. Okay, so whatever the operators we have it in our SQL, so that operators we discuss here, and some more there is a concept based operators also there, like existing operator, not existing operator, any operator, all operator. So like this, some concepts based operators also there. So those operators we are discussing along with the concept wise. Okay, now, but these operators are called as a general operators we can use into anywhere in our database queries. Okay, right. And the next topic is, guys, here. The next topic is called as a functions in SQL Server. We are using the next one is called as what now? Functions in SQL Server. So basically how these functions we will be used in the database section. Okay, so that we will check out. And tell me, guys, here, I hope you people know, so if anybody .NET students are there, or anybody Java students are there, C, C++. So guys, you tell me, in your front-end languages also, we have some functions are there, some predefined functions, some user-defined functions. We have it. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? You have it or not? Okay, yes, of course, we have it here. So same like this in database also, we have some functions are there. And generally functions, the what is a function means, so simply we can say, guys, here, a function is nothing but to accept some input values from a user. Okay, later to perform perform some operation, to perform some operation. Okay, and once that operation was successfully complete, okay, to perform some operation and to perform some operation, and it must be written, guys. Here, it must return a value. It must return a value. Okay, now. So this is what define our definition of your function. You can define like this. Okay, you can define like this. So what you can say, guys, here to accept some input values from the user. So whatever the user will give it some values to my function. So based on the user input values, it will be performing some operation internally based on the function. It was performing some operation internally. And after operation is completed, it must be written. It must return a value. It must return a value. Okay, now. So this is simply we can say the definition of function. But in SQL Server, database is supported two types of functions as here. One is we called as a predefined functions. Okay, so these predefined functions, even though we can say, guys, your built-in functions also we can say. Okay, so it was saying what now? Built-in functions also we can say. It's one type. And the second type is called as a user-defined functions we called. User-defined functions we called. So these are the two types of functions will supported under databases. Okay, predefined as well as user-defined. So in the predefined function or built-in functions, this function generally where you want use, guys, here, carefully observe. These functions are even the system-defined functions also we can say that, but it can be used these functions in the both languages I can use SQL and SQL language also I can use in this. Okay, now. So predefined functions you can use in the both languages. You can use under SQL queries as well as you can use under TSQL also. Okay, now the both languages are supported here. But whereas come to user-defined functions are not like this, guys, here. So these functions are created by user. So as per their requirement basis, okay, they created user-defined functions. And these user-defined functions created by user, but how it was created means, okay, by using TSQL language only, guys. So user-defined functions we cannot create under SQL language. Okay, so our SQL language is not supporting here. So that's why we can't go for SQL language by using user-defined. So whenever you want to create your own functions, okay, when I want to create my own functions as per my own requirement basis, then I can go to use what now here, the SQL language. Okay, right. So this is what I'm going to say, guys, here. Okay, now. So then in this part, so first we are learning your SQL language. So that's why we will see the predefined functions, how we can use under SQL queries. Okay, and in the future you can see TSQL also. Okay, but user-defined functions we are going to be created. Okay, so by using of TSQL language. Okay, now, right. So this is the thing is, guys, here important for us. Okay, let me see. The first thing is the predefined functions. What are those in our SQL server? And those things we will be discussed now. Okay, now, right. So come to your predefined functions, guys, here. Okay, these functions are built-in functions also, we can say, guys, here. But in this, again, we have some categories here. The first category is called as a, okay, single row functions. Single row functions. And the second one is called as a multiple row functions we call it. Okay, now single row and multiple. That means in this, again, it was classified into two types. Okay, now. So now single row or multiple row. Right now, so first, what is single row and what is multiple row? Let me go and check out here. So whereas come to single row functions, guys, here. So why these functions are called as a single row functions means this functions always returns a single value. Okay, these functions always returns a single value. So that's why it is called a single row functions we call. Okay, so in these single row functions, okay, so we have some types again. The types we will discuss here. The first type is called as a mathematical functions we call. Okay, this is one type of functions predefined. Okay, and later we have called. Okay, we have some string functions we called, and later we have here some date and time functions we called. Date and time functions we called, and we have some. Okay, so conversion functions we called as a conversion functions we called. Okay, and later we have here some ranking functions we call as some ranking functions. So these are the functions guys here. So the mathematical, okay, are in the mathematical functions even though called as the number functions also, and later string or character functions, date and time, conversion, and ranking. So these are the functions we comes under. It's a single row functions. It was comes under. Okay now, but guys here remember, if any function do you want to call, okay, so how I can call it means, so there is a syntax to call a function. So syntax to call a function. So in SQL Server, whenever you want to call a function in SQL Server, so there is a one formula was there here, syntax was there here. The syntax is select and give you a function name, and pass your value or values. Okay, pass your value or values. Okay, so if I want to use your what we can say alias name, you can use the alias name also, but alias name is optional on your function operation. Your function operation, if you want to use alias, you can use it, but that is not a mandatory to use as optional part. Okay, so this is simply called as a syntax to, okay, how to call. So how to call a function from your SQL Server database means. So this is our syntax to use it, guys. Okay, now, right. So these are what the information about function. And tomorrow we will continue. So what is a mathematical string, date and time, conversion, ranking? These are all functions one by one we can check out in tomorrow's session. Okay, now, right? Yes. So I stop it here. Thank you so much, guys. Here, and we'll continue tomorrow.